Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this triangle ABC along with this line segment CD, as you can see in this diagram, such that this angle ABC is 30 degrees and this angle BCD is 50 degrees. And furthermore, this line segment BD is equal to this line segment AC. And now we are going to calculate this angle X. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. Let's focus on this triangle BCD. And now let's recall the exterior angle theorem. According to this theorem, the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles, as you can see in this diagram. And here we can see that this is our exterior angle, whereas these A and B are our opposite interior angles, such that C equals to A plus B. So thus in our case, this angle ADC is our exterior angle, and that is going to be equal to the sum of these two opposite interior angles. 30 plus 50 is going to make 80 degrees. And here's our next step. We know that this side length BD equal to this side length AC. Let me go ahead and call this side length M. Then this side length AC is going to be M as well. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this triangle ADC. Let me go ahead and label this side length CD as a lowercase a. And now let's recall law of sines we are going to apply in this triangle. And we are going to focus on these two angles, angle X and angle 80 degrees. And their corresponding sides are A and M. So let's go ahead and apply this law of sines on this triangle. We can write A over sine of X equals to M over sine of 80 degrees. Let's go ahead and cross multiply. Let's divide both sides by sine of 80 degrees. This and this is gone. So A equal to M times sine of X divided by sine of 80 degrees. And here's our next step. Let's multiply both sides by 1 divided by M. This M and M is gone. So on the left hand side, this is going to give us A divided by M turns out to be sine of X divided by sine of 80 degrees. Let me go ahead and call this our equation number 1. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this other triangle BCD. And we are going to apply the law of sines on this triangle as well. And here we got these angles 30 degrees and 50 degrees, and their opposite corresponding sides are these ones. So let's go ahead and apply the law of sines over here. So I can write A over sine 30 degrees equals to M divided by sine of 50 degrees. Now let's go ahead and multiply both sides by sine of 30 degrees on this side and sine of 30 degrees on this side as well. As we can see, this is gone. So therefore A turns out to be equal to M times sine of 30 degrees divided by sine of 50 degrees. And now let's divide both sides by M over here and M over here as well. And we can see that this is gone. Let me call this our equation number 2. And here we got these two equations, and we are going to compare them. Since the left hand side is identical, so we can equate the right hand sides as well. So therefore we can write sine of X divided by sine of 80 degrees equal to sine of 30 degrees divided by sine of 50 degrees. And now let's go ahead and isolate sine of X. So I'm going to multiply both sides by sine of 80 degrees on this side and sine of 80 degrees on this side as well. And here sine of 80 degrees and sine of 80 degrees is gone. And now we are going to manipulate all these terms on the right hand side to find the value of angle x. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this sine of 80 degrees. And here I have copied it down. Let me go ahead and tweak this 80 degrees. 80 degrees could be written as 2 times 40 degrees. So therefore I can write this thing as sine of 2 times 40 degrees. And now let's recall this double angle identity. Sine of 2 theta equals to 2 times sine of theta cosine of theta. And here we got double angle as well. We can write this thing as 2 sine of 40 degrees times cosine of 40 degrees. So therefore I'm going to replace this sine of 80 degrees by this whole 2 sine of 40 degrees times cosine of 40 degrees. So therefore this equation is going to become sine of x equal to sine of 30 degrees times 2 times sine of 40 degrees times cosine of 40 degrees all over sine of 50 degrees. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this sine of 50 degrees at the denominator. And here I have copied it down. And now let's recall cofunctions identities. And here sine of theta could be written as cosine of 90 degrees minus theta. So we are going to apply this identity over here. So therefore this could be written as cosine of 90 minus 50 degrees, which is equal to cosine of 40 degrees. So therefore sine of 50 degrees turns out to be cosine of 40 degrees because this 50 degrees and 40 degrees add up to 90 degrees. So therefore I'm going to replace this sine of 50 degrees by this cosine of 40 degrees. And moreover we know sine of 30 degrees is 1 divided by 2. So therefore I'm going to replace this sine of 30 degrees by 1 divided by 2 as well. So therefore this equation is going to become sine of x equals to, I'm going to replace this sine of 30 degrees by 1 divided by 2 times 2 sine of 40 degrees times cosine of 40 degrees all over. I'm going to replace this sine of 50 degrees by cosine of 40 degrees. So let me go ahead and write down cosine of 40 degrees. And here we can see this 2 and 1 divided by 2 cancel each other out. This cosine of 40 degrees is gone with this cosine of 40 degrees as well. So therefore our sine of x turns out to be equal to sine of 40 degrees. And now let's recall this crucial fact. If sine of alpha equal to sine of beta, then we can conclude that alpha equals to beta. We are going to apply it over here. So therefore our angle x turns out to be 40 degrees. Thus our angle x turns out to be 40 degrees. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.